has been a while and I must apologize, but I've been through a roller coaster ride these past couple of months with so many voices in my head. Actually, they're not voices in my head. They're voices of people all around me telling me, Mariam, you've put on weight. Mariam, you need to lose weight. Mariam, you need to go on a diet. Mariam, you need to go on keto. You need to be on intermittent fasting. You need to go to the gym. So, you know, it was all just going crazy trying to work on myself and trying to figure out what they are all talking about, because I'm a person, as you know, who loves bun maska chai. I'm Iranian. I love the biryani, I love the rice, the kebabs, and so I was wondering, like, if I give all this up, will Mariam still be Mariam? And the answer was a big no. But I still decided to give that a try and see if it made any difference to how I felt about myself. And honestly, it didn't. Why? Because it wasn't me, right? So while I love fruits, of course, and I love, you know, thumbs up, I'm addicted to thumbs up, or I was rather, and I love my bun maska chai in the morning, and all of these things were very me, and giving them up meant that I had to give up who I was, and I'm a big foodie, you know, you've probably already figured out that. But then what is a diet? And I've been to so many dietitians. You know, all of them would just give me a diet and say, have sabudana and have this and have that and have oats, masala oats and all of this. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm Persian, okay? I am not like the typical sort of person who lives in India who will enjoy all of these foods. While they're great once in a while, how the hell do I cook this without actually hiring a cook? And I just thought for a moment and I was like, there's something off over here. How many of these dietitians have actually sat me down and asked me, Mariam, what is your staple food? How many of them have actually asked me, what do you enjoy the most? No, all they told me was, cut this out, don't have this, don't have this, don't have that, have this instead. And I was like, well, I can't do dal every day. I don't know how to cook dal. And I don't even own a pressure cooker, for God's sake. So all of those questions were like just lingering on. And I said, you know, just leave that alone, set it aside. I even told my trainer, you know, I enjoy biryani and I'm going to keep eating biryani, but I'm also going to train hard at the gym. So today while I was thinking about this, and I was like, okay, listen, I have been having biryani with no thumbs up at all, and for a whole month, and while it made me feel good that, yeah, I lost some kilos on the weight scale, I was really missing thumbs up, okay? And it was a decision that I made because I had to give up some form of sugar. Either it had to be fruits, or it had to be the sugar actually in my chai, or it had to be thumbs up. So I chose to give up thumbs up, at least try it for a while, and it worked, okay? Where I still enjoyed my chai, and I still enjoyed fruits. I absolutely love fruits. I stocked my kitchen with fruits, and what I did was instead, I just cut down on when I actually have fruits. So not at night, but during the day, all through the day I'm having fruits. There was a nutritionist who actually told me don't have fruits. And I was like, he must be totally nuts, okay? Because everybody recommends have fruits. Our grandparents had fruits and everybody, our ancestors had fruits. And so what they said made no sense. And I said, you know, all of that is a sham. What happened today was a friend of mine sent me a link to Kareena Kapoor's dietitian, Rujuta Devekar, I believe that's her name, and she had something very similar to say. She echoed exactly my feelings, and she's like, what we're doing now is we're colonizing the food industry, okay? It's the nutrition industry is like a multi-million trillion dollar industry, and what they're trying to do is telling all of us from around the world to eat the same kind of food. It's healthy, have yoga bars, have protein bars, have protein after, you know, your gym, have muesli bars and all of this. And I was like, I have never heard my grandmother tell me to have muesli in the morning. Our diet was pretty staple for breakfast. It was always bread, butter, and tea. Of course, it was Persian tea, it was black tea, but, you know, nonetheless. So she said that what we're trying to do now is we're creating uniformity, and that's creating a problem. Neither are we trying to be sustainable. Yes, keto diet may be good for a little bit, but is it sustainable in the long run? No, nobody can do without carbs all, you know, their entire life. And I, for one, I just can't. I love rice, and I'm not going to give it up. And she also said that what we're trying to do is we're not looking at cultural sustainability. And she brought in very good examples from Seoul and Masai Mara. And so it made you think about, like, while what works for other people, because it's staple in their country or that's what they eat every day, may not really work for you. So think about that, and all those people, all of you who are trying to go on diets or trying to get on some weight loss program because that's what the media wants and you have to be skinny. Look at old Indian Bollywood movies, right? None of the actresses there were absolutely skinny. Name one of them. When did all of this start? Is towards in the 90s and like late 90s, 2000s, when they started bringing in this diet and the industry started in India as well. But go to your dietitian and tell your dietitian, ask them this question: is this diet sustainable? Okay, and also ask them, do you think that I, as a Maharashtrian or as a North Indian, can find broccoli anywhere? Okay, why has broccoli suddenly sprung up everywhere in India? It wasn't there previously. My grandmother doesn't even know what is broccoli. Okay, so you need to think about these things, yeah? And one good way is, people always say stay away from alcohol. I say go for the wine. Why? Because a glass of wine at night is very good for you, okay? It can beat thumbs up, it can beat all those drinks that, the aerated drinks that we usually drink. It's fantastic, it keeps you healthy. 1 glass a day at night. Of course, if your religion doesn't permit it, don't go for it, find other alternatives. But always try to be healthy and be happy. And the reason I say be happy is because if you're not happy, you're going to gain more weight, you're going to be miserable, and that is not a life that is something you want to sustain for the rest of your life, correct? So here's me with that, signing off. Like, share, and subscribe, and please share your views about, have you been on a diet? What was your experience with a dietitian? Please use your brains when you decide to follow any dietitian or any diet for that matter, and see if it's sustainable for you. And always, always be happy. Namaste.